Hi, it's Steve at Desert Dwellers, and we're doing some gun cleaning today. And today, this post, we're going to be working on the TriStar L120 9mm, which is a CZ75 clone. So right here, you might have seen the reviews I done on it earlier. Got some new grips on it here, some LOKs. So let's get started. All right, first things first. First thing we do with any firearm that we're going to be cleaning is we're going to verify that it is unloaded. And we're going to do that by removing the magazine first. Magazine's out, magazine's unloaded, set it aside. We're going to put pressure on the slide release. On upward pressure, we're going to pull the slide back and lock it open. Now that that's done, we're looking inside the chamber, the barrel, everything. We're making sure there is no ammo in this gun. Too many people you hear in the stories, oh, they shot themselves while cleaning their gun, or they shot their wife while cleaning their gun. Should never happen. Always make sure the gun is unloaded and there's no ammo around you at any time while you're doing this. Okay, so saying that, now we got the gun loaded, or unloaded, we got it locked open. We need to get the slide release pin out. It kind of knobs on this side. I don't know if that camera's picking it up good, and this one is actually kind of stiff. So what we're going to do, or actually we're a little bit too far forward, hold on, I went ahead of myself. Right here, and I'm hoping that camera's picking up, there's a notch on the slide and on the frame right here. We got to line those up, and then we're going to pop that out from this side. And because it is kind of hard, we're going to use the back of the screwdriver right here. We don't want to use the metal, might scar the finish, but we're going to use the hard plastic back here. So now this takes a little trick. What I usually do is I hook my finger into the trigger guard and push open with my palm, which pretty much lines them up. I don't know if that's picking it up. So we're there, and then we go a little pop and pull out the slide release, set it aside, and then she pulls apart. Okay, now the sear in this is a little bit more complicated than like the XDs and stuff, but it's still not that bad. I'm doing this quick cleaning on all these right now, so we're just kind of going over it in general. So wiped it down, a little bit of lubrication of our rim oil, the trigger, the rails on the CZ clones are on the inside here, so we're going to hit those one side, two side. Now there's going to be a little excess, so we're going to kind of dab a little bit, get the excess off, but we're going to set that aside for right now. The slide release pin, we're just going to kind of wipe it down. There's not a lot of movement with it, so it's easy enough to clean. And then, like most semi-autos, you got the spring, the return spring, the spring guide rod, barrel, and then the slide assembly. So we're just going to pop the spring and guide rod off, like such, and lift the barrel out. Alrighty, so we're going to take our acid brush, again because it's kind of smaller, slide our solvent over, and clean here the most. This is where the ammo goes up against the bolt face, so this is where it's going to cause you jams in this area. And how clean you want to get it is really up to you. You want to, scrub every little last piece of dirt off of it. Go right ahead. I don't usually get that clean with it. I try to, make sure I'm scrubbed out underneath the extractor and then along the rails here and down by the firing pin block. Alrighty, now we're going to wipe up the excess solvent. And you want that solvent out of there before you start putting lubrication back in there. Now the TriStar uses a steel slide, but an aluminum frame, which is good because the aluminum ain't going to rust one bit. So now that we got most of that cleaned up, we're gonna add a little bit of lubrication of the rim oil. Same spots across the breech face down here, a little bit right where the barrel is going to go. Right here. But on here, the rails are on the outside, so we're going to hit a length there. Oops, hit a length there. And if you put too much on it, not a big deal. You're just going to wipe off the excess. So you want lubrication in there, especially on steel, because it'll keep it from rusting, even here in Nevada. But you don't want it dripping. Now the guide rod comes out real easy. Wipe it down. Same with the spring. There's no heavy buildup on this stuff, so we're not going to worry about it too much. The rim oil. Kind of just wipe the excess off there with my fingers. Barrel. Again, a very simplistic barrel. We got the 9mm cleaning brush on it. Run it in and run it out. Make it nice and simple, nice and simple. The feed ramp here, you can run it with that brush. Get your another brush. Toothbrush works good too. Scrub up that feed ramp. So you want the feed ramps clean on these guns, on all guns, because it will help it feed better. If you've got a lot of crud on it, it's going to cause the bullet to drag right throughout the feed ramp. See how clean that feed ramp is now? And that will cause you jams eventually if it gets too bad. So we got the cleaned up a little bit. We're going to put a patch in here. We're going to wipe the excess solvent down. We're going to take a look. Run the patch with a little eyepiece. Back and forth, back and forth. Go around in a little circle if you want to too. No big deal. And it's pretty nice and clean. Probably can't see it inside there very well, but that's okay. Another patch. We're going to lubricate that barrel now. The rifling's in the barrel. That's where the bullets are going to be running through there nice and hot and fast. So you want good lubrication outside there. So spray it to a little excess. Run it through a few times. It evens it out. It coats all those grooves. Now on the outside, especially inside the spot here, because that's where your takedown lever, your pin, will come through here, and it's going to bounce around in there. So you want to lubricate that too. Locking lugs. Says little excess, doesn't matter. Run it down with your fingers. Wipe the excess up. Alrighty, so set the barrel back in. Return spring and guide rod. Work it in there. Pop it in there. It fits right into that little groove. There's like a little notch on the end of that. This real easily sets in there. I'm gonna slip these two back together. You're gonna go back to that same spot. Now, while your hands are still has a little bit of oil on them, I just usually wipe around that. Like I said, there's not a lot of movement parts, and you did oil the inside. So you're gonna line up those two little notches again, right there and there. Pop it in. There's a spring in there that you got to get past, and that's it. Action a few times. Set our fire so it's okay to dry fire, at least I do. And then we're going to wipe up the excess on the outside. Magazine can go back in, and you're done. And that's pretty much all there is for this one. So we got a couple more handguns we're gonna be doing here in a few minutes, and then we're gonna go from there. Till then, thank you. Enjoy. I hope you're enjoying the videos. If you have any questions or comments, just put it into the comment sections. All right. Thanks. Bye.